Hey there, Taurus, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of October 2022, and we're going to take a look at your past, your present, and your near future energies. Also, Taurus, if you'd like to book a personal reading, all the information about how to do so is in the description box below. Oh, okay. Spirit, come on. Taurus, you've clearly got a lot to say already. Yeah, you don't deal with immaturity. Now, keep in mind, this could be your person's energy or your energy. Take it as it resonates. But if there's one thing I know about Taurus is y'all don't deal with nonsense. You guys are very good at putting your foot down. Okay. So the main energy for your reading this month is the Page of Swords. There's a lot of doubts. There's a lot of questions here for you surrounding someone or a specific situation. Now, these doubts are coming from within you, but it's more so like you're questioning the other person's behavior, their motives, where they're coming from, why they're acting this way, why they're showing up the way they're showing up. Sorry, I'm getting over a little bit of a head cold, so I might be clearing my throat quite a bit throughout this reading. But those doubts aren't insecurities within yourself. They're more so you questioning and doubting the situation and how this other person is showing up and what they're doing and why they're acting this way, etc. Now, in the recent past, you get the Page of Wands, Two of Wands, and the World. This person was showing up in a very, very immature way. Now, you're showing me that you've given them some time. You're kind of like, okay, maybe this behavior is going to kind of, come to an end. Maybe they'll stop acting immaturely. Maybe they'll start showing up like the person that I can see them to be. Because you guys are very empathic. You're very intuitive. So you're able to see who the person really is like underneath everything. And you're showing me like, okay, I gave them some time. I wanted to see if this immature behavior would go away, if they'd step up, if they'd, act like an adult. And it seems like they didn't. So you're like, okay, I'm out. I've seen everything I need to see. I've learned everything I needed to learn here. You're not giving me what I want. Peace out. In the current situation, you get the Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Moon. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo, a Pisces. Yeah, those are the only two showing up here right now. So you're kind of evaluating in the current situation. You've taken a step back and you're kind of really introspecting within you to see like, okay, was I too rash? Did I overreact? Kind of like going throughout the whole situation and reviewing it from like a bird's eye view to see not necessarily if there's any fault that you, like if you have any fault here, but more so to kind of really get a deeper understanding of like what the heck went on. You obviously saw potential in this person. There was obviously a lot of like good things there, but for some reason that immature behavior, them showing up like almost like childlike, wasn't doing it for you. And you're showing me like I went within here and we'll see exactly what you're trying to introspect about or what you're trying to figure out here in the current situation. In the near future, you get the Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands. Somebody's showing up here. Some of you may be dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but somebody here in the near future wants to have a brand new beginning. They're showing me, I want us to come together and give equally and receive equally, right? I don't want to be breadcrumbing you anymore. I don't want this childish behavior. I'm willing to give 50%. I want you to give 50%. I'm willing to have a brand new beginning here. Meet me halfway. And whoever this person is, they seem pretty confident about their ability to like make this happen. So I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is your person. We will see. I'm going to start off by clarifying. Yeah, let's start off by clarifying the main energy for your reading, the Page of Swords. Yeah, I want to use this deck. Give me 3 cards for the Page of Swords. For the Page of Swords, you get the Five of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're kind of doubting or questioning like why this person has this inconsistent energy. There's a lot of hot and cold going on here. And you're kind of like, what the hell is going on? Like, why are you like this? Where is this coming from? Because you, Taurus, have a desire to move past that. You're like, you know what? Look, maybe some of you may have experienced a separation or some of you are like afraid that this might lead to a separation. And you're showing me like, all I want is just to have consistency here. All I want is just to have stability. Like I'm willing to forget, the past, the icky behavior from the past. but like, you can't expect me to forgive the past, forget the past, move on from it with you, and then you're still showing up inconsistently. That's where these doubts are coming in for you. You're kind of like, well, does this person actually want to move past the past? Are they playing games? Like, what is going on here? There's a lot of like question marks for you surrounding this person. And you're kind of just like, well, if you want me, show up like you want me. But this person, their energy just doesn't sit well with you. It's too inconsistent for somebody like you. Let's take a look at the recent past. I'm going to start off by clarifying the Page of Wands. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I usually only take 3 cards. 4 of them flipped out, so I will take 4. And you got the Hermit again. Okay, so for the Page of Wands, you get the 6 of Wands, Knight of Cups, Tower, and the Hermit. I feel like this is more so your person's energy, especially if you're dealing with a Virgo, not yours. This person is showing me that they're they're very good, like with how things are in the recent past. Their belief, the way they think they're showing up is they're offering you love, they're expressing themselves, they're really doing everything well, things are moving in a good direction, everything's fine, everything's working out, yada, yada, yada. That's this person's perception. What they don't realize is that you don't perceive their efforts as sufficient, right? You have standards up here. This person's showing up down here and they're like, yeah, this is good enough. This is great. And Taurus is like, no, this is not good enough because my standards are up here. This person doesn't recognize this like difference or discrepancy in terms of what you want versus what they're bringing to the table. You view what they're doing and how they're acting as immature. They view it as like, excuse me, as like, I'm doing the most, I'm doing the best, everything's great. This is not sustainable, right? Because you're up here, they're down here. This gap needs to be filled. And if it doesn't get filled, if this person doesn't meet your standards or you don't lower your standards to meet them where they're at, right? Either way, this is not sustainable. This is all going to come crumbling down. Let's take a look at the Two of Wands in the recent past for you. Two of Wands is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, which you get again in the near future. Excuse me. The King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Okay, so Taurus, you're showing up here. And again, I don't assign gender to my cards. You are the King of Pentacles to me. You're waiting. You're waiting, in the past at least you were waiting, for this person to kind of catch up with the program, right? You want equal give and take. You're not asking for the world. You're like, hey, I'm giving 50%. Show up. Meet me at 50%. You have to give equal amounts. Now, you're waiting for this person to do that. You've waited, you've waited, you've waited. And then eventually you're kind of like, you know what? I can see that this is not happening. You're not meeting me where I need you to be. Now, this was difficult because you do have emotions for this person. You do have emotions tied up to this person, right? And you're showing me it is going to be emotionally painful for me to basically cut this off and decide to put an end to this, but you always prioritize yourself, Taurus. You always put yourself first, and you're showing me I've waited long enough for you to meet me halfway. I've waited long enough for you to, get with the program, but you're not getting with the program, so I have to prioritize myself, and as painful as this is for me, I'm going to have to end this. So you chose to end this. You chose to put an end to this in the recent past. Let's take a look at the World in the recent past. The World is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, which you get again immediately after this in the current situation. The Ten of Wands, the Three of Wands. So you chose to end this, right? But then, of course, you're looking back and you're kind of going through everything with like a fine-tooth comb, trying to figure out like, okay, is there something that I did wrong here? Is there something that I need to learn from this? Is there a lesson that I missed here, right? And it's difficult for you because, again, you do have feelings for this person. The emotions are definitely there. And so, of course, it's heartbreaking. Of course, it's difficult for you to basically choose to end this. And even though you chose to end this, you're still going over and trying to figure out, like, is there something I missed? Maybe there was something I needed to look into more. Maybe I should have been more patient. Before I chose to end this, was I too rash? I don't feel like you were, though, Taurus. It's just you and this person had different standards, right? They really haven't dealt with anybody like you before, and so they thought that they could come in with the same we'll call them lower level energies, or lower effort, and you just weren't willing to tolerate that because your standards are like way up here. And this person, I mean, you gave them enough time to catch up. It just seems like they didn't, not that they didn't want to, they didn't realize like, hey, I need to put more effort with Taurus. Let's take a look at the current situation. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Pentacles for you in the current situation. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Strength, the Page of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Yeah, again, you do feel a very deep connection with this person, and you're kind of in the current situation very much in nostalgia mode. It's hard for you to think of all the good times that you shared. It's hard for you to think back to all the memories that you two shared because, again, the emotions were there, but you ended up prioritizing yourself. And now you're in a situation where you're still kind of like, was I too rash? Did I act like, did I take action too quickly? Did I choose to end this too quickly? I feel like you're not really thinking that. Like, it's not like you're sitting here and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I made a mistake. But it's more so like you're looking back and you're like, well, we had so many good memories. We had so many good times. Like, this was a very, very deep connection. Like, where did it go wrong? What happened? It's a lot of you looking back and kind of trying to play everything out in your head to see, like, did I miss anything? What happened exactly? And you're showing me it's difficult for you. It's difficult for you even to look back and think of all the memories because during those times you were very emotionally fulfilled. You were very like your emotional cup was filled by this person. Let's take a look at the Hermit in the current situation. Hermit's clarified by the Hierophant, the Hangman, and the Ace of Wands. You guys are both, especially if you're dealing with a Virgo, this is both your energy and their energy. You guys both want this back. You guys both want to rekindle this connection, but neither of you is taking action on purpose. Both you and your person are showing me, I'm not moving. I'm not budging. I'm keeping myself stuck on purpose. Despite the fact, by the way, that you have love for them, they have love for you. The love goes both ways, and you both know it. You guys are both aware of how the other person feels intuitively, but neither of you is deciding to budge. Neither of you, oh my goodness, is deciding to make a move on purpose. You guys are both, this isn't coming from like a stubborn place either. This is more so like logically, you're like, it just doesn't make sense for me to take any action, right? Like I had standards, they didn't meet them. Why would I budge and like make something happen and bring this back? And for them, they're also in the same position. They don't want to budge. They don't want to move. So you guys are both kind of at a standstill, even though you guys both feel the same things and you guys both want the same things, which is this connection back. Let's take a look at the Moon in the current situation for you. The Moon is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Four of Cups. On the surface, somebody is showing up, excuse me, as very much focused on themselves, doing their own thing, independent, single, living and thriving, right? They're happy, they're great, everything's amazing on the surface, right? Dig a little deeper, this person, this is just a mask. This is not how they're actually feeling. This person is super disappointed. They're super unhappy with how things are between the two of you. But again, they kind of don't want to look at it. They're just like, oh, I feel unhappy. Okay, let me just ball this up and just hide it away, right? And pretend like it doesn't exist. And all I have to do is keep putting on this mask of I'm happy, everything's great, I'm on my own, fake it till you make it type of thing. This person's not happy though. They're not happy at all, but they don't want to admit it to themselves. They don't want to accept it because I feel, and again, could be you or your person, but whoever this is, it's almost like if they admit it, then it becomes real, and then they realize that they made a mistake. Again, could be you, could be your person. Yeah, bottom of the deck, they get the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of pain here surrounding this whole situation. And if you're so happy, you don't carry this type of energy. Let's take a look at the near future. I'm going to clarify the Six of Pentacles for you in the near future. Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Somebody here is coming back in, right? And the reason they're coming back in is because they want to balance out the energies. They want to restore equal give and take between the two of you. They want, you give 50%, I give 50%. The intent here is to heal things, to fix things, to apologize, right? Because the emotions are still there. However, the way this person is showing up is very, very cold. So it's almost like if this person were to reach out to you in the near future, they'd be like, hey, Taurus, I'm sorry. It sucked how things went down. That's it. That's their apology. It's almost like a very cold, very detached apology. Their motives, the reason they're coming in, there is emotion there, right? But the way they're presenting is very cold and detached. Almost like they don't really care if they apologize when they do. So I don't understand why they're showing up with this like cold, detached, I don't care, right? Because you do care. This person's coming in to heal things, to fix things. They're showing me I need to apologize. So like, why are we putting on this mask of I'm cold, I'm detached, like this doesn't faze me type thing? I don't know. Let's take a look at the Ace of Pentacles for you in the near future. Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Cups, Five of Swords, and Seven of Cups. Somebody here does want a new beginning, and you get the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck again, and you have the King of Wands showing up immediately after this. Somebody does want a new beginning here because they do feel a lot of love. They do. They really do feel a lot of love for you, Taurus, and they do really love this connection that they have with you. The problem is this person may have a tendency to self-sabotage when they become too overwhelmed. And what overwhelms them are these emotions that they carry for you. It seems like they're not really used to dealing or interacting with somebody like you, Taurus. You are on your own level, right? Like you have higher standards. You bring a lot more to the table. Your energy is also on like a different level than the type of people that this person is used to dealing with. So this person's like, oh, I'm gonna bring the same energy with Taurus as I've brought in all my past connections and relationships. And you're like, no, this is not enough for me, right? Like you got to meet me where I'm at or I'm going to cut you out, which you did. This person, for some reason, like they feel so intensely towards you that they don't really know how to cope with it, how to deal with it, and it overwhelms them. And then they self-sabotage. And they're showing me that this is a pattern that they have because it's showing up again in the near future. The feelings are there. They apologize. They want to fix things. They want to heal things. And then the second you guys kind of like start forming that romantic connection again, that emotional overwhelming feeling comes in and this person's like, oh, I have to do something to self-sabotage this. And they're not doing this on purpose, right? It's not like they're like, oh, I want to hurt Taurus. No, they just don't really know how to deal with you because you're so different in like a positive way from anybody that they're used to dealing with. Let's take a look at the King of Wands in the near future. King of Wands is clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands. This person's going to get over their shit, especially if you're dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This person's showing me they see this connection because it's so deep, because it's such a strong bond that you two share, and because they can also see this going the distance. Like they can see this connection being long-term, being sustainable, being something that is like, not just like a fling. This has some, some depth to it. I see this person opening up. It scares the shit out of them, by the way. They're really up in their head. It really scares them. There's a lot of fears that they have to work through internally in order to get to this place of accepting these feelings and not letting them overwhelm them. But I see that they're getting there and they are going to open up the way you need them to. Nice. I like that. So let's see what the universe wants you to keep in mind for this month, Taurus. From the universe, you get the Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Death. You're very, very confused about this ending. You chose to end it. You chose to walk away. You chose to cause this separation, right? And then you're coming in and you're like, oh my gosh, did I make a mistake? Oh my gosh, did I make the wrong decision? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Spirit is coming in to let you know you did not make the wrong decision, right? You may also not be used to dealing with somebody that makes you feel so intensely and so deeply. And that's why you may be, for possibly the first time ever, questioning yourself and doubting your intuition. So, Taurus, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you here on the next one.